Hoi hoi! It is Thursday, and my lips are still dry, and they're still chapped, and January still sucks because it's still really dry and makes my lips really chapped. How are you? It's good to see you. Today has been a delightful experience for everybody involved. Unless something bad happened, in which case, my condolences. I have my love for you. I wear my heart on my chest. See? Because it's a tattoo. Anyways, I was asked, that actually reminds me, I was asked if my tattoos have any significant meaning to myself. Well, I myself personally have 3 tattoos. So I guess it's a tat 3. No, and I'm getting more, I promise you. I love tattoos. They're an addiction. Once you get one, you want more. And my plan is, once I get down to 280, that's my Disney World trip. But it's also an excuse to get a new tattoo, and I don't know what I'm going to get. I think I'm going to get an elephant on my wrist. Because I think what's nice about the elephant is that it is a heavy creature, of course. And that would symbolize sort of where I came from. And of course the elephant would be in motions, in a way away from myself. So the way it would be leaving, and you know, that elephant in the room, that awkward subject, that could have something to do with it. But also the elephant never forgets, and I think that's a good thing to remember. As I don't want to forget what I was, what I still sort of am, and, you know, I don't want to forget what I want to be, and who I want to be. So I think the elephant is a good symbol for that. So let's talk about the ones that I actually already have. This guy, my most recent, I shall show him to you close up. Okay. It is a heart with a trinity. And it's a Celtic knot, so it's all one continuous line that goes up and... Okay. What I like about this tattoo, I got it for my dad's surgery. And if you're new to this vlog, welcome. Thank you for watching. But my dad recently went through a huge heart operation because he was born with something called tetralogy of Fallot, where his heart is misshapen. And he went into the hospital with a heart rate of over 200. I believe it was 270, 220. It was somewhere around there, and it was very high. And they resuscitated him, and they found out later that he had no pulmonary valve. And the pulmonary valve is a fairly important, though low pressure valve. And so he went through a surgery that we didn't know he'd make it out of. And he got his valve replaced. Now he was almost refused the operation because of his weight. And stop that. That was a scary thing, and his weight also increased his chance of complications by 3%. And they had to reinforce his chest with steel plates. And anyways, it was just a very long, I think it was 3 months that he was in the hospital. It was a scary experience for all of us. So for Christmas we got this guy. My sister got another one. It's a heart that goes in, it's a pulse line that goes into a heart, and then that goes into my dad's writing that says faith. We had to trick my dad into writing faith. But yeah, it goes faith. It's beautiful. So moving on, I've talked about this guy a lot. My Philippians 4:13. My mom is the only member of her family right now who does not have a Bible verse tattooed onto her. My sister has the classic Joshua 1:9, "Be strong and courageous, do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And my dad has Ephesians, forget, but it's the armor of God, and he's got a huge tattoo. I think it's about from his elbow to there. and it's a Roman warrior with a shield and a sword and all clad in armor with some fiery arrows coming through the sword, wearing the armor of God. And I love that one. My dad has 3 tattoos. He's got a Celtic cross and then a Celtic band and then his Ephesians. And so this is something I got for me in October. And the reason I got this the day before I did my driver's test. The second time. And the verse is, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And I think that that is my motto. I think that is my life view, is that with God on my side, I can do all things. And this has been my motivation throughout this whole diet. Whenever I've thought that I can't do it, I look at this and I look at my my forearm and it says I can do it. And I will do it. And I have been doing it. And actually today, I went back to work because I haven't been there in like 2 weeks. My friend who works there said that I'm looking very good and I'm looking very slim, and I've noticed it. Like, I'm starting to notice it, and it's such an exciting thing to realize that you know, this can be something that I change, and this is something that I'm changing, and it's such a huge experience. And what's so surreal about it is that I'm not doing it privately. And every time I've tried to do a diet privately or do an exercise plan privately, it's failed because I'm the only one who cares. And seeing all these great, like I've got Tim and Rob and Julia and everybody, just so many people, everyone who comments on my videos, everyone who sends me a personal message, everyone who does that kind of thing is such a huge benefit to my life. You're all blessings in my life. You all are. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So moving on, I've got the big tattoo. This guy. This guy is a Kodiak Bear. A Kodiak Bear is a Canadian bear, and they're very ferocious. If you think grizzlies are bad, you need to see the Kodiak. Kodiaks are killer. I want to Google something, but my keyboard is stuck behind my... Okay, let's do this. If I do that, and then that does that, and then that does that, and then math. Kodiaks are just crazy. I'm gonna see if I can find a Kodiak Bear roar. Well, here's a Kodiak Bear waving. I think that's kind of cute.
Oh, wow. Hi. Hi.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Search right now. Well, after you're done watching my video. Kodiak Bear waving. That's a Kodiak Bear.
Seems like such a kind-hearted bear.
They do seem like such a kind-hearted bear. The thing about bears, and I do believe in sort of the spirit animal, the type of, sort of a native tradition is the spirit animal, and, you know, the animal that sort of symbolizes your life in a way. And I think that really is the bear. I mean, I've got a little extra padding. But the thing about the bears, if you've ever seen a de-furred bear, they're very skinny creatures. They're very, you know, they're not that big. They just put on, that's just what other people see as the big, and that's sort of what they use to, their advantage. And that was sort of the way I was throughout football, was, you know, I am a pretty strong guy. I'll admit that, but I'm not as strong as some of the other people who I played with. The thing was, I'm big, and so that's a huge benefit in football. And I'm hoping once I lose weight, I've always wanted to try rugby. I think rugby would be a fun game to play, but I wanna get to a place where I'm able to run that much. Because rugby is an interesting game, and I don't know much about it, but I think it'd be a cool game. My lips are really dry and it's annoying me. So I think the bear is a great symbol of my life because they're normally very docile and they don't go around picking fights. But once they feel threatened, then it's a completely different story. And this Kodiak Bear is absolutely cute and distracting. So yeah, that's sort of the meaning behind that tattoo. And I mean, it was my first tattoo, and I was so scared about how much it would hurt. And it didn't hurt much at all. So I mean, like, this was the most painless tattoo. This was the most painful. This was pretty painful. This one didn't hurt at all. So I mean, tattoos, if you've got one, you probably want more, unless you really regret the first one, in which case get it covered. Tattoos, I think, and people always use proof texts from the Bible where they say, oh, what verse is that? It's so nice to have my computer on when I do this because I don't seem so ignorant. The problem is my tablet is dead, basically, so I have it plugged in while I'm doing this. T-A-T-T-O-O-B-I... Oh no, that's a B-U. I'm very bad at typing when I can't see. I'm not a touch typer. B-I-B-L-E... Tattoo, Bible... verse against. But well, here it is. Okay, Leviticus 19:28, where it says, "Do not mark your skin. Do not cut your bodies for the dead, and do not mark your skin with tattoos. I am the Lord." So, cut your skin for the dead is literally, they're dead, let's cut ourselves. Mark your skin with tattoos is mark your skin with tattoos. Now, what is interesting about all these people who use this quote against tattoos is none of them have gone to the source. This is one of my biggest pet peeves about proof texts, because nobody goes back to the source. So when you look at the source of this verse, you see that it's God trying to separate His chosen people from the other people that surrounded them. Like, one of them was, "Do not cut your hair." Like, long hair is detestable, or something like that. It's not detestable, it's, but he didn't want you to cut your hair. But how many people do you see around the world with long hair? Does that mean they're going to hell? And I mean, do not eat meat that has not been drained of its blood. Do not trim the hair off, do not trim off the hair on your temples or trim your beards. Well, I mean, do you eat non-kosher meat? Are you going to hell? Like, I don't see... There's a lot of people who like to use the Bible to prove one thing, disprove another thing, but they don't look at the whole thing. Okay? So when you get onto the topic of gay marriage and homosexuality, and this is a very controversial subject still in every culture, so if you look at the proof texts, it says that it's detestable. One should not lie with another man as they do with a woman. But again, if you look back, I think that what you'll find is that when people say that, they take it out of context. Again, it's God trying to separate His people from the other people. And I think that gay marriage should be allowed. I think that that holy matrimony, whether it be between a man and a woman, and a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, I think that that is a promise to God. I think marriage is a promise to God to say that this is the mate that you've chosen for me. This is how strongly I feel for them, and this is what I'm going to commit to for the rest of my life. And I think that all these people who are getting offended at gay marriage, even though they themselves have gone through multiple divorces, and they're getting mad at the guy who's married his guy who's married his husband, who've been together for 20 years and they're so happy together. They look at them and say that's disgusting. I find what's disgusting is that you find a woman, you marry her, and then you leave her, or she leaves you. And I hate divorce. I absolutely despise it. And I mean, the Bible itself doesn't exactly agree with it in many parts, but again, proof texts. If you wanna know what the Bible's thought is, you can't just go to a verse. You've got to go to the book. You've got to go to the whole book. And that's my rant on the Bible and proof texts. So when people quote, getting back to the main point, when people quote this Leviticus verse at me, to say, "Thou shalt not mark your skin," if they have long hair, I said, well, you know, you're not allowed to, or your hair shouldn't grow long, and like, if they don't shave, or if they shave the hair from their temples, like if they shave this hair, I'm gonna quote that at them. And if they don't eat kosher beef, I'm gonna throw that at them. Like, you can't, because this whole book is just his commandments for his people, for his chosen people, to separate themselves from the people that aren't God's chosen. So, anyways, that's my rant about that. Have I talked about anything today that's happened? Okay, no. So my day today, and I apologize, I've realized that in my last couple of videos, I think I've been losing viewers because I'm just talking about my day and I'm not doing so much about the diet, which is, you know, somewhat frustrating. So anyways, let's talk about my day in terms of diet. This morning I woke up and I had my Honey Nut Cheerios, and I had my Greek yogurt, and I had orange juice, I believe. Was it orange juice? Yes, it was orange juice. And a slice of bread with peanut butter. And I didn't toast it, I just had bread because I was feeling in the mood for something mushy. Then I went through my school day for the first bit, and then I had, for lunch, I had a salad, like a small side salad. I felt really proud of myself today in terms of lunch. I went to the cafeteria at the school, which many people hate, but that's because they get the foods that are prepared poorly, like foods that you can mess up. For my lunch, I had the salad that came with some ranch dressing, like a little cup of ranch dressing, and then I had a carrot, a baby carrot, 2 half celery sticks. There were tons of tomatoes and carrots in the salad, and cucumbers, and a turkey sandwich, which had lettuce and cheese and turkey on it. Sorry, I feel like I'm losing my voice now. So I had that for lunch with a bottle of water, and it was very good. I really enjoyed it. And then around the time I got home from school, I felt hungry again. So I made myself a microwave thing before I went to work to give me some energy. And then, so that would bring me up, because I mean, veggies don't count for really calories. So I think that would bring me up. Breakfast I'd say that might be 200. So lunch would bring me to, let's say, 400. That would have taken me to 4, 5, 6, 700. And then my dinner later was 6-inch tuna ham, well, not tuna ham, turkey ham sub from Subway, with a water and a yogurt parfait. So yeah, I'm at 1500 today. So today went really well in terms of diet, and I hate that my whole diet thing went for the last 3 minutes of this video. But you know, what do you do? It's 10:40. I just bought some new studio monitors. The M-Audio AV30s. They work so far. I've tried them out, and well, I mean, the quality is great. So I wanted to try them out with something that would, you know, make me excited to listen to. So of course you got to go to Muse, because Muse is one of my favorite bands of all time, if not the favorite. They're around there with Arcade Fire. But like, it's weird because I'll listen to it. Here, let me skip to a bit of a heavier bit, which would probably be around 56. And you probably can't hear it too well, but these things are ridiculous. The sound quality is just remarkable. So you're hearing it the way it should be heard, which is something I really like. And anyways, I'm excited about that. I'm going to try those out with video editing, and I think that's going to make a huge difference, especially with my music editing. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have a happy rest of your Thursday. And have a happy Friday, because Fridays deserve to be happy. They are the best days of the week, because then you realize, I just made it. I made it. Oh my gosh, I made it. Let's sleep. That's it for me anyways, is let's sleep. So, you know, tomorrow I am officially sending off my Ryerson application. I've officially got the money order. I've got the check. I'm sending it off. I've gotten so much positive feedback on the video. Hoping my written work does myself justice. And anyways, you know, fingers crossed for that, because, you know, future starting is an exciting, scary, emotional thing, and basically I hold my breath for 5 months and hope that something happens. And I mean, my hair looks like a total train wreck. That you know, but that's when I smile now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Dimples. It's crazy, and I got It's kind of weird seeing my face look different a little bit. And I do this sometimes as I scroll through my videos and I look at my first video and I'm going, huh, I looked a bit bigger. Then I go to my last video, I'm like, whoa, wow, I have lost a lot. I mean, definitely not even close to where I want to be. And I mean, I've been thinking about it, and once I lose all this weight, I'm going to have excess skin, and there's going to be deposits of stuff that need to go, and that means surgery, I think. But I'm going to try my best to stay away from anything like that until it's completely necessary. Because surgery doesn't sound like something fun, and it sounds kind of painful, and scars are not fun. Especially in places where you don't want scars. Ugh. Anyways, have a good Friday. Thanks for watching so much, and I'm sorry that I leave everything to the last minute. I always do. That's just sort of the way it goes. Anyways, Sláinte, have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.